Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name's Chris. I'm a videographer, photographer and YouTuber, and today I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes peek at how I create my product videography in my shed in Wiltshire. I'm going to start out with quite a basic technique, and then I'm going to add more complexity to the shot and show you how different kit works to create really nice dynamic shots. A quick message from our sponsor, Wolfys Porridge. They're not actually our sponsor. My friend James owns Wolfys Porridge and he sent me a couple of boxes and I thought they'd be a great product to demo this technique on. So thanks, James. If you like porridge, go and check out Wolfys. They do loads of different flavors and couscous as well. So for this first technique, all you're going to need is some flat surface to put your product on. It doesn't have to be a turntable, it can be anything. A product to film. A nice backdrop. I'm just using a blind that's already up in my office and it works really nicely. If you saw my iPhone Fold video, that's the same blind that I used in that video. And I've got a Viltrox 300T mounted to this homemade arm that goes across the desk. You're going to need a camera that shoots 4K and a tripod. So the first thing I like to do is set my camera up. I'm going to record the whole thing on this camera so you can see exactly what I'm adjusting. I like the camera to be on the same level as the product that I'm filming. Get the branding nice and central, and we're just going to turn the power of this light up ever so slightly. So this is basically the same as a still image. I could do the same thing with this shot as I could with any photograph. So let's change it up a little bit. So once you've got all your settings dialed in, what I really like to do is move the light source. So if you move the light source over the product, you add a new layer of dynamics to the shot. And you just want to move that light source really slowly so you can get the most out of each shot. Okay, so that's the most basic setup you can do for product videography. The next thing we're going to do is turn the turntable on. So you can pick these up on Amazon or eBay. I'll put the link to this one in the description. This is 60 centimeters wide. You can get slightly smaller ones. And I want it to go the other way, so I just need to turn it off and on again. So now we've got a rotating shot with the light source in a static position. And it almost looks like the camera is sliding around the product instead of the product spinning in the middle, and I really like that. Okay, so you can probably guess what's coming next. We're going to take the same product or the same camera position, and with the rotating turntable, we're going to move the light source. So that looks quite cool, quite moody looking porridge. And we're just going to do one on the top as well. And sometimes I do use a little bit of electrical tape or blue tack to hold the product in the position that I want it to stay in. So I want it to stay like that. Once you've got your product in place, you just repeat the steps that we've just done. So for the next step, we're going to need to take the camera off the tripod and mount it on this Ronin SC. This is on a slider that goes across my desk. I've got it mounted there permanently. It's just a manual slider, but if you had a motorized slider, it would work even better than this. So give me 2 seconds and I'll just move that camera from there onto there. Okay, so now I've set the camera up on the gimbal and I've set the gimbal to pan from right to left. And as the gimbal's panning from right to left, I'm gonna move the slider from left to right whilst the porridge pot is spinning anti-clockwise. You see how the different levels of dynamics are just piling on top of each other, and at the same time in post we're going to be zooming into that, so you can see that this is just going to look really dynamic once we're finished with it. So let's just start the turntable going, and we're also going to start the movement of the gimbal, but you'll be really pleased with the results afterwards. There we go, that's where the camera starts moving. If you had a motorized slider, this would be next level because you could set all of this to go at the same time. You wouldn't have to worry about it. If there's anyone out there who wants to send me a motorized slider, I'll definitely review it. I'd love to have a go with one doing this. One more time. So you got to try and stick in the middle. So I'm trying to keep the middle of the camera in line with the L of Wolfys as it goes round. And finally, once you've done that, you can have an attempt at trying to move the light source at the same time, which is when it gets really tricky. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it would just be nice to show you the little behind the scenes of how I make pretty epic shots with pretty low-end gear for the most part. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe so you never miss an episode. I will see you again tomorrow.